The Dungeoncast team is excited to announce Starseeker's Guide to Drakenstar, a 5e compatible campaign setting book based off of our actual play D&D podcast, Super Quest Saga.
Welcome to Drakenstar, a setting where science fiction meets high fantasy. Set in a far future of what was once a classic fantasy world, civilization has now spread across the many planets of the known galaxy. Countless eons have passed since the ancients left their original prime world far behind and ventured to the distant stars. Drakenstar encompasses and details an entire galaxy where players and NPCs travel by spacecraft to various planets and star systems. Exploration of alien frontiers, starship skirmishes by etherlight, advanced civilizations vying for galactic dominance, and the fusion of ancient sorceries with biological and technological advancements. All of these and more are elements of adventure in the universe of Drakenstar.
So the city of Domain Bastion becomes visible below you, and it is by far the largest city that you've ever seen. But it's essentially this ocean of skyscrapers and streets laid out in a perfect grid system, and it stretches out before you. Outlaw's Horizon was a major city in its own right, but this is on a different scope. This is the scope of a planetary capital.
All of these ships have a vaguely dragon-esque look to them, but among them is something much larger than any of the vessels that are present. An enormous winged monstrosity about the size of a skyscraper. Victoria whispers, "A dragon."
That's not a boat. That's no moon.
4 of the eggs closest to the cart begin to crack, and bursting forth from them are these crustacean-looking monstrosities with 2 huge lobster claws, a singular eye, and a great gaping maw of teeth. Everyone roll initiative.
With this book as your guide, discover the planets and peoples of galactic nations such as the Draconic Star Sovereignty or the Imperial Elven Dominion. Experience the futuristic player options such as the Heavy Gunner, the Bounty Hunter, and Pact of the Machine Warlock. Pit your players against a galactic bestiary containing unique creatures and entities such as galactic dragons, mechanized constructs with advanced AI, alien monstrosities, and primal cosmic entities. Starseeker's Guide to Drakenstar will be available as a digital PDF as well as in a gorgeous hardcover format. Go all out with our premium Drakenstar starter kit, including a custom Celestial Dragon dice set, DM screen, and more. To learn more about this exciting project, to pre-order your book, or to simply show your support, visit Drakenstar.com and join the legions of Starseekers setting out to explore the galaxy today.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I am William.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything Dungeons and Dragons.
And today we are joined by Jay Foster from Swole Initiative.
Hey guys.
Hi Jay.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know me, I make silly relatable videos on Instagram basically, on Swole Initiative, and then I also stream. I run a little streaming network, the Swole Initiative network on Twitch. So yeah, we're just here to throw together some spooky stuff, right?
Awesome. Yes.
Indeed we are. Thank you for coming on the show, Jay.
What are we talking about today, Will?
We are talking about the Blackguard. Wait, no, that's not a thing. That's 4th edition. Damn it.
Today we're talking about the
Oathbreaker Paladin. It's basically the Blackguard. All right, let's get into it.
Welcome, adventurers, to the Dungeoncast.
The spooky times are here, if you can't tell from our awesome costumes. And on the Dungeoncast, that means spooky topics all month long.
That's right.
And you know what's spooky? Being bad.
Yeah, sure is.
Downright villainous.
We're all bad. Badass.
That's right, guys. We are getting nefarious, vile, and wicked here on the Dungeoncast. When you think of the Paladin, wicked is not usually the first word that comes to mind. In fact, the stereotypical Paladin is a shiny armor wearing goody two-shoes with serving gods and ideals of valor and justice, but not this Paladin, not today. The Oathbreaker is pretty bad to the bone according to its in-game lore, and the flavor drips of pure evil. Features and spells with fiendish, necromantic, and tyrannical persuasion to them. It's not only one of my favorite Paladin subclasses, but one of my favorite subclasses in the entire game, despite me getting its name wrong at the beginning of this episode. So let's get into it.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Take me down. Oh, for people that can't see us,
We're wearing cult cloaks.
we're wearing
That's right.
costumes.
Yes, we are.
So this
And
is airing
mine
on.
is the scariest of the three.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
chilling.
yours is the most interesting.
Because I definitely knew that we were doing costumes before the recording.
Yeah, to be fair, the only person who knew we were doing costumes was Brian.
Yeah, that's true. Everything that was said was true. I went and grabbed some robes like 2 seconds before we hit record.
Indeed.
I threw them onto my body.
He did. And then he gave me one too.
I had a spare. If we have another guest on this month, I'll heads up them. Sorry, Jay.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm here for the chaos, man.
All right, it's You're the Fiend.
It's You're the Fiend.
We are breaking away from that a little bit, though.
Only a little bit. This has a lot of fiendish qualities to it.
Ooh, excellent. Yeah, let's break it down.
All right. So an Oathbreaker is a paladin who breaks their sacred oaths to pursue some dark ambition or serve an evil power. Whatever light burned in the paladin's heart has been extinguished and only darkness remains.
Damn.
So if you break your oath and go this route, or if you just homebrew it where this is your oath, which is how I do it, you get these spells. So at 3rd level, you get Hellish Rebuke and Inflict Wounds. 5th level, you get Crown of Madness and Darkness. And 9th level, you get Animate Dead and Bestow Curse. 13th level, Blight and Confusion. And 17th level, Contagion and Dominate Person. Like, very evil, just very mean, aggravating spells. I love it.
Yeah. What is the common theme here? Animate Dead, Bestow Curse. Yeah, it's just evil stuff.
It's just evil.
So we got a bunch of stuff like fire, darkness, the dead are coming in. We're going to suck the water out of people.
Yeah, we're going to also give them the plague.
Give them the plague. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Contagion, right?
And Blight might have like some plague.
I think
stuff
Blight
with it.
is the.
To be honest, I'm not.
It's
suck
kind of
the
death
moisture out.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Especially for like plants.
Yeah, it's
Plants.
definitely there's kind of two sides to the Oathbreaker that I see as we keep going through this is a little bit of necromancy, a little bit of fiendish stuff, and anything that can fit into those two categories as well. So
Sick.
moving on, at 3rd level, which is the level that you take this feature or this subclass, you get a Channel Divinity. In fact, you get 2. The first one is called Control Undead. As an action, you target one undead creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target must obey your commands for the next 24 hours, or until you use this Channel Divinity option again. An undead whose challenge rating is equal to or greater than your paladin level is immune to this effect. So at this point, you can only control challenge rating 2 undead, which is pretty potent. At level 3, just getting a level 2 monster for the day is pretty potent.
Oh yeah, like anything where you can bump your action economy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially at low
Absolutely.
levels. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
And also, it's just badass to be able to just point at the enemy. It's like, you're mine now. And then it just happens.
Sounds like Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally love
Yes.
like it's like the Oath of Vengeance, but like taken so much further.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? That like anger and vitriol that you
Mhm.
carry.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
this feature kind of feels like a paladin feature, but instead of turn undead, right? Is that kind of the idea here? It's like evil paladin
It's
or evil cleric.
I
I'm
think
sorry, I was
it's
saying paladin.
got, like you said, with Vengeance, and also it reminds me of is it the Oath of Tyranny? Am I remembering that correctly? Is it the Oath of Tyranny or Dominance? Yeah, look that one up. But it has a tyrannical effect of like you are dominating another creature and enthralling it to yourself. And
Conquest.
Conquest, that's
Yeah.
the one. Yes. And I get that vibe from this feature as well, but of course, given that evil twist.
Okay.
The other channel divinity that you get is equally evil sounding. It's called Dreadful Aspect. So as an action, you can channel the darkest emotions and focus them into a burst of magical menace. Each creature of your choice within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw if it can see you. On a failed save, the target is frightened of you for 1 minute. If a creature frightened by this effect ends its turn more than 30 feet away from you, it can attempt another wisdom saving throw to end the effect on it. So this has a little bit of that turn undead effect, but it's just frightened, and it's on everybody who can see you.
I like it.
Yeah.
Wisdom saves. That's good. Always good to make your enemies make saves.
Yeah, I think with a lot of the Channel Divinity stuff, I always feel like one thing is more useful than the other. But I do feel like both of these are very, very solid. With Control Undead being great if you're dealing with Undead. And if you're not, Dreadful Aspect is useful.
Yeah, it's cool that it's affecting like multiple creatures.
Yeah, it's like you got something for either scenario.
Yeah, basically. Next up is probably my favorite because it's hilarious sounding. At level 7, you get Aura of Hate.
Yeah.
So starting at 7th level, as well as any fiends and undead within 10 feet of you, you gain a bonus to melee weapon damage rolls equal to your charisma modifier, minimum of 1. A creature can benefit from this feature only one paladin at a time. And at 18th level, the range of the aura increases to 30 feet.
Oh, I see. So if you have multiple paladins in your party, they can't stack this bonus.
Yeah, it can't be stacked. Much like everything in 5e, nothing really stacks in this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a blatant damage buff to you. And then if you're using that Control Undead, they get a damage buff. And since you also get, I believe, Animate Dead at level...
Yeah, is that 6th level you get that?
No, 9th level it looks like.
Oh,
but 7th level for this feature. But when you do get that, like it'll apply to them as well.
You're just so fucking mad.
You're just full of hate.
You're so mad everyone gets stronger.
It's absolutely right.
That's amazing.
Right. Yeah.
I love
So
how
at level
metal this
15
is.
Yeah, absolutely.
At level 15, you get supernatural resistance. You gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical weapons. Now, this is probably the worst, I think, of all the features because I feel at level 15, you're not dealing with a lot of these damage types from non-magical sources. At level 15, you're probably fighting high fiends and dragons and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, hell, we just ended our campaign and y'all were level 15. You killed gods and stuff. Spoilers, sorry.
Jeez,
Spoilers.
that's some real big spoilers.
I mean, I'm being very general and not accurate when I say that, but
That's fine.
But yeah,
We do get very strong and we do cool end of campaign style stuff.
yeah.
I don't-
Nothing
yeah.
you guys were dealing with at any point was non-magical at that point.
Yeah, it makes it kind of cool for you to be, like I'm walking through this battlefield of fucking normies,
Yeah, that's true. The DM has to be aware of this feature and really want to make a spotlight of it, which could be an awesome moment.
Yeah, Jay, when you run your games, do you feel like I don't know, when you're prepping monsters, isn't this like a challenge rating 6 thing where this starts happening in creatures?
Yeah, well, I think you're thinking around level 6. I think the druid's beast form starts getting magical attacks. I believe that's correct.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the monsters that you're encountering start resisting regular slashing damage and stuff like that. Is that
Is that a level 6 challenge rating 6 thing? I don't know if it's
somewhere
specific
like where
to
does that start? Somewhere in that area. So it seems like monsters are getting it so early, and you getting it at 15th level is like it's a little late, right?
It's a little underwhelming, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Plus, like at 15th level, like you're probably tanking, like built to tank to kind of negate those effects anyway.
Yeah,
Do you know
absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when I've played higher level paladins and things, it's always like
you're at the front line
buffing is my hit points and my AC, getting that up there.
I will say that like the other features to this class are solid. So it having the one kind of meh one is fine with me, especially because the next one's hilarious.
It's like flavor.
Yeah, especially because you get some really dope ones really early on.
Yes,
I feel like the supernatural resistance, like I could see like when you run like maybe like a barrage of minions or something.
Sure.
And like you want to highlight your player, and he's just there, just taking all of this damage and just like mowing people down left, right, and center. Like I think that would be a cool moment for it.
Totally.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we move on to the next thing, I just want to say that this cult robe that I'm wearing is absolutely stifling, and I'm dying inside of it.
Why don't you pull the hood back?
No. Hail Demogorgon.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Demogorgon.
We're cultists now.
Yes. We never were.
We have to keep the robe on.
The robe stays on.
The robe stays on during sex. I mean, just in general. Sorry. God.
All right, guys. Final feature.
Wow.
Dreadlord. At 20th level, you can, As an action, surround yourself with an aura of gloom that lasts for 1 minute. The aura reduces any bright light in a 30-foot radius around you to dim light. Whenever an enemy that is frightened by you starts its turn in the aura, it takes 4d10 psychic damage. Additionally, you and any creatures of your choosing in the aura are draped in deeper shadow. Creatures that rely on sight have disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures draped in the shadow. So you're also kind of protecting people.
You're a Dreadlord. Every piece of clothing you're wearing is from Hot Topic.
Absolutely. While the aura lasts, you can use a bonus action on your turn to cause the shadows in the aura to attack one creature. Make a melee spell attack against the target. If the attack hits, the target takes necrotic damage equal to 3d10 plus your charisma modifier. After activating the aura, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. This is what a level 20 feature should generally look like. It should look awesome. It should be a little ridiculous, and it should do good damage.
Yeah, you should be taking damage just by being in its presence.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what this basically says.
That's like the paladin thing, though, right? Like
So imposing.
I know,
My force
like
of
when they flipped it to like a charisma caster, I was always like, yes, it makes sense because it's just their presence.
Yes,
You know?
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's like where all these effects come from, just them being there.
Mm-hmm.
and awesome. They're so angry by level 20. And they have so many Invader Zim t-shirts and dark black wristbands.
Oh, we're talking like new school Hot Topic then.
Yes,
Like-
absolutely. I also like the action economy. The Paladin doesn't need to use any action economy for the smites. So you get your 2 extra attacks in, you get your smites in if you want to, and then as a bonus action, like, hey, my shadow's also attacking you, and it does 3d10 plus my charisma modifier damage. So, and you stood next to me, so there's another 4d10 psychic damage. So yeah, no, I love this. I love
30
this class.
foot as well. That's
Yeah.
that's a big ass radius.
Yeah, it's yes, absolutely. It's a big portion of the battlefield.
The psychic damage is like you being nervous to talk to them because they look so fucking cool and all their like, their lace.
You got your wallet chain.
Yeah, there
Oh
we go.
my
Thank
gosh.
you. Will, give me a Hot Topic thing.
Dude, I don't go to Hot Topic.
I spit out like 4 things. You
I
gotta
got
spit out, like,
nothing.
one
You've
thing.
spit out all the things that I know. There's just band T-shirts and chains and lots of anime these days. There's a lot of anime. in Hot
Lots of
Topic.
cat ears.
Yeah, cat ears.
Yeah, there we go.
They have cat ears on.
Could our paladin
Yeah.
have cat ears on as well with little bells?
Absolutely.
Why not?
It's Halloween. They're
It's
dressed,
Halloween. They can do
they're
whatever the fuck they
dressed up.
want. Absolutely.
It is a spoopy times.
It is.
They are just their high top boots are tied so tight,
There
and
we
you don't
go.
even know how they got them that tight. And they've got like a 2-inch platform on them.
All right, guys. I think it's time we take a short rest.
All right.
Shout out to Demon Gorgon. Shout out to Demon Gorgon. Oh yeah. Shout out to Demon Gorgon. Shout out to Demon Gorgon. Oh yeah.
We've returned. We're here with Jay from Swole Initiative.
Indeed, we are.
Please check out his stuff. I found you on Instagram, and
You
I was
did?
like, check that beard. Oh my god, this guy's as buff as his tag says he is.
He really is.
Yeah,
So-
it was funny, right? Because you started following me, and I got the notification on my phone, and I was watching the Dungeoncast at the time.
Whoa.
I think I messaged
Whoa.
you, and I was like, "Hey,
Yeah, are
Like,
you
weird.
this guy? Yeah, yes, I am. Hi, yeah, and that's how it started. Is the gram, baby?
yeah." That's primarily where I'm at. Just at Swole Initiative, SWOLE, and then Initiative, which you probably know how to spell if you're watching this.
Yeah, what else?
But yeah, so my whole shtick is just making like relatable content to D&D players and dungeon masters and things that I feel like everyone kind of goes through. But yeah, I'm just putting like comedy spin on it, the whole real game and things like that. And then I'm going to be releasing, oh, my ears are falling off. Hold on.
No,
You're telling me you're not actually a Herringon?
My secret is out. So I'm going to be releasing like more content to do with like conventions and things. Like there's awesome companies that are having me out to conventions to do some con coverage for them, like WizKids and Norse Foundry and things like that. So you may see my face popping up I did some interviews at Gen Con recently this year.
Awesome.
Where I went to the WizKids booth and they had the Wand of Orcus that you can hang on your wall, but you can take it off. So I was like, wouldn't it be dope if I could attach my mic to the Wand of Orcus and interview people about all the new stuff? And they were like, absolutely, do it. So yeah. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be releasing like very soon some of the things that are coming out from WizKids this next couple of months, and it's all interviews done with the Wand of Orcus going back and forth.
That's awesome.
It's just
That's
dumb.
really cool.
It's just dumb nerdy stuff.
No, it's fantastic. Are you kidding me?
But yeah, and then we also run streams, live games on the Swole Initiative Network. That's a Twitch channel, and we're on YouTube as well. That's where we archive all of our previous things. And that's getting some pretty cool traction. There's a couple of homebrew campaigns on there. We're going to be starting the Spelljammer campaign very, very soon with some really dope guests, which I won't announce yet. But I'm pretty excited for it. Hopefully I'll see you guys on there. But
Yeah, that'd be cool.
at least one of the like mini arcs or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd be down.
But yeah, we got a couple of different homebrew campaigns. We're adding some Cthulhu one shots in there, Call of Cthulhu stuff.
Ooh.
And then dropping some other things in there where I don't have to actually be involved in it because I don't have to be in everything.
Yeah, you don't want to spread yourself too thin. Absolutely.
That's it.
That's
True.
So it's the Swole Initiative Network, huh?
Yes, that's it. So it's not just me. It was like my brainchild, and then like other people come together and make it what it is.
That's awesome.
You know,
It's really cool.
It's like being a DM. Like people say, "Oh, you're a great DM," and I'm like, "Yeah, great," but it's easy when my players are as awesome as they are.
Yeah,
I have to give them
makes a
very
big
little
difference.
to get a lot back.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very
That's so
much
true.
like that. Like I count on a lot of people to make it really awesome. So
It's the same over here. There's a lot of people who are behind the scenes who I don't know what the hell we would do without them.
I know, yeah, a team effort for sure. We relate there. Okay, so Jay, have you built one of these awesome Oathbreakers today?
You mean black cards? I mean Oathbreakers. Yeah, you're right.
Yes. So I had like 20 minutes before this meeting started. So yes, I wrote down some notes in really bad handwriting. So I have a backstory. Do we want to introduce like the backstory part of my?
You do it in whatever order you want, man.
Yeah,
I'm here
sure.
for it.
Whatever you think is
do
best.
it.
This is your character. You know them better than anybody, and you've known
Yeah.
them 20 minutes
Yep.
longer than me.
Yeah. So originally, Elmar, the Loxodon, Oath of the Crown
Ooh.
Paladin.
Loxodon. That's so cool. That's from Guildmaster's Guide, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Elephant person.
Mm-hmm.
Sworn to serve the king of the Loxodon Empire of Elephantria,
Yeah.
King Elodin.
Yes.
you see, I start all of my characters being stupid, and then it takes a hard turn. So expanding the empire in service to their crown, but eventually becoming suspicious of the crown's motives for that empire expansion, he starts asking too many questions, and
Wait a
so
minute.
the
Are
crown
we the baddies?
eventually becomes alerted to all of these questions that are being asked, and so sends his company on large warships to go to this battle, but it is doomed to fail. So they reach the beaches and are offloaded. Elmar taking like the front line and running on, everyone going after him as the commander of his company. They like breach the beaches basically, and then the ships start pulling up everything and backing out. They leave and they are faced with this cliff, so all of the enemies have the high ground. And it is just a massacre. So they're just wiped out, other than Elmar, who survives by his will alone. And after the battle has died down, he dons himself in the ivory of his brethren
Holy shit.
Wow.
and starts raising his undead army to take back.
Oh, yes.
Badass.
The elephant graveyard.
Yes, exactly.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Tell me more. It can't end there.
So to go and take back Elephantria, and so that would be the start of his arc.
I love it. That's
But
excellent.
it's really dope because I looked it up, and Loxodons can use their trunk as a snorkel.
Ooh.
So I just had this image of him just like coming up out of the water, like
There we go.
from like marching
single
along the
trunk.
water.
I like
Absolutely.
that Pirates of the Caribbean scene
Yeah.
where they're all under as skeletons. That's fucking dope.
Just all the seaweed and stuff like hanging out
That's
of
fucking
like
cool.
yes.
That's
and so,
super
like,
cool.
So
What was
yeah,
his
so
name?
I just wanted to pick an oath that is easily broken, and I was like,
Right.
Evil King, right?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
easiest
Absolutely.
one, because then that leaves it in the gray area, and I love gray villains.
Yes, absolutely.
So I loved the idea of having him be like, no, he's kind of right. He's going about it
Right.
in maybe the wrong way, but he's
Mhm,
kind of right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so that's how I love making all of my villains and things, and so yes,
That was excellent. What was the name again?
Elmar,
Elmar.
but his friends know him as Ellie.
Ellie the
Ellie the
Ellie the Lox. It's not quite there because it's
Dude,
a
the
No, I
Loxodon.
know, it's-
I like it a lot because it is an elephant. Like you're
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
you are
absolutely, Absolutely. No, the Loxodon pick threw me for a loop at first because I thought we were going silly, but you turned what was a silly.
I know
start
that's
to
the
something
thing. Like
fucking
that's what
cool.
happens with all my damn characters. I'm like, oh, what's the stupidest thing I can make?
Yeah.
And then I start
But then
putting
you made it
layers on
fucking
them,
cool.
and I'm like, oh no.
I got
Then
like
the darkness
I
creeps
don't
in.
I don't know why, but I was getting Warhammer 40k vibes for some reason. I don't know what it was. Almost
was-
like a Space Marine vibe.
Is it the Elmar? Kind of sounds like Eldar.
maybe that's it, and it just
It reminded me of that when I wrote it down.
yeah. And then the story's
But
just kind of
that was just a fantasy play on Elma.
Metal. Yeah.
Elma.
All right, what
Like
stats
Elma
does
Fudd.
Elmar have?
Stats. Oh crap. I
Oh.
guess we better do that, huh?
Yeah, sure.
What do we use? Is it just like
I usually
standard
use
array?
D&D Beyond, but I could pull it up here
Yeah,
for you if
so-
you don't have it.
I think what would be cool if they're not generated yet, and that's kind of what we've been doing anyway,
is.
is if you roll 46
Oh
and
boy,
drop the lowest.
we have been doing
Oh.
that. lately.
so I have to roll?
You
I
don't
Uh,
have
have some
wh-
amazing
what-
dice to my side. So
If D&D Beyond has an option where you can use that to roll, but if you want to physically roll, I'll believe everything you say.
I will
18 across the board.
I have beautiful gemstone dice from Norse Foundry. So
Hell
I'm like,
yeah.
That's cool.
which do I pick? I'll go to bloodstone, sandstone, jade, and
We love dice here.
yes. There we go.
Quite good. Yes, dice.
46. All right. First one is
Yeah.
that's an 11.
Okay, I'll keep track of them for you. You got
Okay,
11?
thank you. Oh, that was a good one. 16.
Nice.
Okay, 11 and 16.
Got to be strength.
Unless 666, baby.
No.
Halloween.
8.
8,
13.
13. Okay. You're still solid. You're very, very solid still.
Yeah, I think you have a usable character at this point.
I got 3 more. 3 more.
Yeah, 3 more.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, this is okay. Okay, we found our dump stat, guys. 6.
okay.
Oh wow.
He's really bad at something.
Oh no, 7.
7.
He's really bad at
8.
something.
8.
8. Still.
He's really bad at something.
9, 12.
Okay.
Cool.
We're at
One
this point,
more?
we're basically hitting the standard array.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
Oh, that wasn't good. That is a 6, 7.
Okay.
Oh, we got two bad ones.
This is how I rolled
3
for
ones and a 2 and a 4.
This is pretty much how I rolled for my last character build,
2 ones,
Hesker
sorry.
Holden. He had 2
All
dumpies.
right. So how are we placing these, gentlemen?
Oh god.
Where's the 16 going?
Yeah, we got 16.
Also, your pluses, your ability score mods from your race I usually go with custom, and I'm as
that's what I do. I don't like
so
to.
I welcome you to go custom, man.
Sweet. All right, so we got a 16, right? That's our big
Mhm.
boy.
Yeah.
That's gotta be strength.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put that in strength. And then you have your next highest is 13, followed by 12 and 11.
Oh, well, gotta be charisma for the
Charisma.
13. For my casty boy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you got your
And
12.
then what? A 12 and an 11.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like the 12 should go in con.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Um,
Then are you wise or are you smart?
or am I dexterous? Well, not really dexterous.
Oh,
but
yeah, huh?
do I
That's
just
gotta be
not
the
want to
dump,
take a
right?
negative? Don't want to take a negative. And
Mhm.
you know what? It makes sense for him to.
Be bad
I'm
at
gonna put the
dex.
dexterity as 11,
Okay.
Okay.
and then our two dumpy boys are in intelligence, wisdom. What was it? It was an 8 and
And a 7.
a
He's so full of hate and rage. He no longer thinks. He only
He
acts.
can't remember any books he read.
That's
He's too fucking mad.
so well. This kind of plays in, right? So I do like I like making them optimal, but as long as it makes sense with their story, because I come up with the story first. So it makes sense for him to be sort of low intelligence, low wisdom, because he's just going along with what the crown's telling him the whole time.
Mm.
So he's complete he spent years in service killing, hundreds of whatever,
Doing terrible
of their
things
enemies
in
and
the name of
things
his crown.
just to expand their empire, doing terrible things, thinking that he's doing the right thing the whole time just because the king said so. So I'm gonna put I'll put the 8 in intelligence and the 7 in wisdom, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that tracks.
And
Yeah.
then I get my increases as well.
You do.
Yeah. When you go custom, does that just generate you like a +2, +1?
Yeah, you get to choose.
Yes.
So I would probably put the +1 into
Jaw.
Cha
Or debt.
and
Or
Yeah.
debt.
2 into con.
That'll bump it up by 1.
Yep, that's what I was thinking, just to get it up another modifier on
Yeah.
the charisma.
Charisma.
And then
What fighting style are you choosing for this guy? I'm picturing great weapon. I don't picture a shield.
yeah. I mean, it's hard to get away from that image, right?
It's a giant fucking hammer.
Yeah, maybe it's got yeah, maybe it's some kind of like scythe thing that's got like a tusk on it or something.
I like that.
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
That's fucking cool. Oh yeah.
I was born with a third tusk. I removed it and fashioned it into this here scythe.
Well, that's his new weapon.
Yeah.
his undead things, right?
Yeah.
So my +2, I'll probably put that in. Yeah, probably Constitution, just to.
You need the HP.
That brings you up to 14s in both of those. I think that's a wise decision for balanced play here.
Let's see here. And what level is he? What are we deciding on the level?
Oh, I don't know. What
Does
level
he
should we put
have
him at?
his aura of hate? I feel like he should.
Yeah, he's definitely level 7 now, right?
That's 7, right? Yeah. Okay.
The second he put the blood on himself, he leveled up.
Yeah, he got that aura of hate.
He was level 6 for so long.
Here's a question. I usually, when I build Oathbreakers, I like to flavor my dreadful aspect to be like specific to my guy. Any ideas for what Elmar's dreadful aspect would look like?
Ooh. So that is. Remind me which one that is.
It's a channel divinity where you frighten
Yeah.
everybody who can see you. In 30
Oh,
feet, you
yeah,
channel
yeah,
the
yeah.
darkest
So-
emotions and focus them into a burst of magical menace.
Yep. I have a feeling that just within his aura, you can just. Like outside of the aura, you hear nothing, but within it, you hear just screams and trumpet calls from dying elephants.
Oh man,
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Can you hear them marching? You hear that like rumbly low
Yeah.
end, like oh god, the terror and the dread,
Mhm.
the stampede, the
The
calls,
stampede.
some
Yes.
drums,
Absolutely.
That's fucking cool.
Jumanji.
No.
Yeah, I did it. I fucking did
Oh,
it.
my
It's the new
gosh.
thing. Will, welcome
Yeah.
back.
It's taking place of the Pirates of the Caribbean somehow.
It's Jumanji now. It's always been Jumanji.
I love this fucking character. Like, I absolutely
also love
it.
Jumanji.
And
your character.
I also do love Jumanji. Anything you want to add to Elmar? Any like particular piece of equipment or tidbit or a specific spell that you're like, oh, he needs this? Any feat?
Man, yeah, I was thinking of a feat, something that kind of makes him unbreakable. Maybe like what's that one?
Charger feat.
Yeah, Charger is cool. I was gonna say wouldn't it be cool to have a feat that makes him like ungodly fast for whatever reason, like mobile or something weird?
Oh,
yeah,
God,
that would be
That's
horrific.
It's super scary.
like you just hear this stampede coming, and this elephant is running at you so damn fast on two legs.
Yeah, I feel like with the mobile feat, he is just Elephant Batman at this point.
Yes,
That's pretty good.
I like it.
Elephant Man.
Elephant Man. They definitely need to make that spin-off.
Wow, I'm very impressed. Great job, Jay.
That's what I did with my 20 minutes.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Excellent work. So remind us one more time where we can find you and your stuff.
Yeah, Instagram mainly at Swole Initiative. Same on Twitter. And then Twitch is twitch.tv/Swole Initiative Network.
Awesome, man.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming on, dude. It was a lot of fun. We'll have to have you on again.
Absolutely, this was dope, and I've admired you guys for a long time from
Thank
far
you, man.
away. So
Appreciate it.
yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad we found each other on the Soch, man. It's
Well,
good.
like I was telling you before we started recording, like I've been watching you guys since before I started playing D&D. So, like I would be working my terrible day job and just have the Dungeoncast on, just absorbing all the lore and things, because that's what I love. So yeah,
That's awesome, man.
thank you guys.
Of course,
Yeah.
man. Thank you. And let us know about the Spelljammer thing. I'm interested.
Absolutely, it's gonna be
Awesome.
dope.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we'll be in touch for sure.
Hell yeah.
Can you see him?
I
It's
do.
an astral dreadnought.
I see it. It looks amazing. All right, guys. Well, I think there we can get ready for our long rest.
Yeah.
Shout out to Team Gorgon. Oh, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to the long rest. We just got done talking to Jay from Swole Initiative, who built a really awesome Loxodon character, and I'm very excited to finally have him on the show. I've been talking to him for a while now, and despite Hurricane Ian coming and knocking at his door, he still did a Dungeoncast recording. So thank you so much, man.
Thank you, man.
Really, really appreciate it.
It was a joy having you on, dude.
We're big fans of each other, and that was nice to cross-pollinate the way we did. Yeah. Check out our Kickstarter, drakenstar.com. That's I spelled it wrong. DRAKEN star.com.
You got it. Yeah, it's for the Kickstarter for the book Starseeker's Guide to Dragonstar, where we are bringing the campaign setting of Super Quest Saga to life. It is a space opera / like cowboy western / high fantasy genre setting. Basically, I am taking the world of D&D. We're taking the world of D&D and fast forwarding it 120,000 years into the future. So it's got a very particular flavor, and I think it's got a lot to offer. Even if you're not familiar with the podcast Super Quest Saga, and we're close to being funded. So if you're interested, go check out Dragonstar.com. Throw us a few shekels, and let's get this bad boy to 20,000.
Shekel that shit up, baby. Don't be scared. It's gonna be dope. There's really cool stretch goals. I really hope we make it to some of those. I'm gonna be funding it pretty soon, so I can guarantee myself my physical copy once the project gets funded. Yeah, check it out. So if you are looking for other ways to support us, you can go to patreon.com/thedungeoncast and see what's happening there. There's a lot of cool stuff. We're doing a lot of I think we're probably gonna have some user or some patron voted episodes coming up pretty soon. We're doing that there. We're putting up polls and getting everybody's pulse on what they want to see on the show, and yeah, so go check that out. We've got a lot of cool projects that are going to be going on there pretty soon too. check us out on social media like Twitter and Instagram. You can check us out. I changed my Instagram name again to BND&D20 instead of like the other weird thing I was doing. I think that's a little more catchy, rolls off the tongue. And the most important thing is that it was available for choosing, which has been the biggest problem. I've had a lot of good name ideas and none of them are available. I think there's just a bunch of bunk accounts out there sucking up all the good names. So BND&D20, you can catch me there. Let's see, what else we got? Anything? Discord? You can go to Discord. Email us at thedungeoncast@gmail.com. We have a P.O. box too. I'm thinking about at the end of spoopy times, after the Kickstarter is over, doing like more stuff with the P.O. box, seeing if we can get some postcards in, and maybe we'll do a giveaway based off the postcards or something like that. Send people some dice or a Hero Forge mini. Because it would be cool to see some stuff going on there.
Absolutely.
At all.
I mean, some stuff has gone on there.
Yeah,
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah. We use it for business reasons too, but like it would be cool to see some fan mail come in, especially if it's a postcard. And we will read it on the show in the long rest portion if you do that, if you're okay with it. Don't send a postcard if you don't want me to read it. Pretty much is the idea. Send a letter. Specify that you do not want it read. And we do read our fan mail. Actually, we got a really kick-ass email the other day too. I just remembered. We get fan email a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you guys. We read all that, and I think we're responding to most of it these days. We always tried to respond to all of it if we could, but stuff falls through the cracks. But we got a super nice one the other day, and they didn't want me to shout them out in particular. But if you're listening, and I think you know who you are, and keep putting the bicep on it, my guy, my dude. Will, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
I will bring it to Will's attention if he hasn't read it, because it was a very
will read it.
heartwarming email, and we're super stoked for you. So, just know that I think they specified specifically not to shout them out.
Okay.
But they said it was cool as long as we didn't do it by name. So
Gotcha.
this one's for you.
Indeed.
All right. Well, yeah. Shit.
Think we can call it a game?
Let's call it a game.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
The Dungeoncast.